In this video, we'll cover solving systems of linear equations involving inequalities. Luckily, these both have visuals, and so they're not too bad. We're going to be dealing with a lot of inequalities in this class, so we will get good at these things if you don't understand them fully in these two examples here. But in part A and B, use the figure below. We need to solve the inequality when f of x equals g of x. So my f of x is right here. And then my g of x is this line here. So when do these two equal each other? It's when they are intersecting here. And for these, all we care about are the x's. And so these equal each other when x equals -4. Okay, the second one, I want to know when f of x, this symbol right here, means greater than, when f of x is greater than g of x. So let me just go ahead really quickly and highlight. This is my f of x. My g of x is then not highlighted. So if I want to know when my f of x, or my highlighted portion, is greater than my g of x, my non-highlighted graph, I'm looking when this highlighted graph is above my g of x. And you can see right here, the highlighted portion is above my g of x, but then over here, my g of x, my unhighlighted portion, is now greater than my f of x down here. So we are talking about this portion of the graph. This is when f of x is greater than g of x. I can't list all these numbers because there's an infinite amount, so we're going to use interval notation. This line is forever going to go up. I guess you can't see what I'm doing. This line is forever going to go up right here. And so it's forever going to be greater than my g of x. That's going to go forever down this way. So this is -infinity to this point here where they're equal -4. -infinity to -4, f of x is greater than. Then at -4, they're equal, so that's not included. That's why it's got parentheses, not a bracket. And then as you go greater than that, now f of x is less than. So same style of questions here. Solve the equation when f of x is equal to g of x. So let's just go ahead and highlight. Here's my f of x. And so therefore, my g of x is my unhighlighted portion again. So when are these two equal? Well, they're equal only once, when x equals 2. This time here, I want to know when f of x, this symbol here, means less than. And because this one has a line under it, see, this one didn't, has a line less than or equal to. Okay, so now I want to know, when is my f of x function less than or below my g of x? So is that going to be over here on the left, or over here on the right? When is my highlighted portion less than or below my g of x? It happens to be the same side. Now, my f of x is less than my g of x. So this is -infinity again, because as this line goes up forever and as this line goes down forever, g of x is always going to remain on top of f of x. And then it goes all the way to where they are equal right here at 2. And because it is or equal to, it includes where they're equal. And so this gets a bracket. Again, we're going to be doing more inequality stuff throughout this entire class. Hopefully you at least understand the visual portion of it. On this one, when f of x is greater than, and on this one, when f of x is less than or equal to. If this is a little weird, or you're not really fully understanding how to write it, we will get into that and more into future lessons.